Welcome to HornAfrica Insight, your source for East Africa's top news. Today we cover 5 stories: Egypt and Sudan's GERD stance, the 2025 Global Peace Index, Africa's Climate Summit, AFRICOM's Somalia Strategy, and Ethiopia's bank governor resignation. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's dive in. #HornAfrica Insight. Egypt and Sudan rejected involving other Nile Basin countries in their dispute with Ethiopia over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, insisting on trilateral talks, per a joint statement from Cairo. The GERD on the Blue Nile, which supplies 85% of the Nile's flow, is seen as a threat to downstream water security due to Ethiopia's unilateral filling and operations. Egypt and Sudan, reliant on the Nile, cite risks of uncontrolled water releases, especially in droughts. They reject the Cooperative Framework Agreement, ratified by Ethiopia and 5 upstream nations, as it challenges the 1959 Nile Treaty, allocating 55.5 billion cubic meters to Egypt and 18.5 billion to Sudan. Ethiopia, set to inaugurate in September, claims it regulates water flow without harm. Egypt's Abbas Sharaki notes the dam has stored over 60 billion cubic meters, reducing downstream flows. Diplomacy remains key, with U.S. mediation proposed, but past talks, including a 2015 agreement, stalled. Will a binding deal ever emerge, or is the Horn heading toward a new water flashpoint? Share your thoughts below. The 2025 Global Peace Index ranks Horn of Africa nations, revealing security challenges. Eritrea, 132/163, score 2.54. Ethiopia, 138 out of 163, score 2.69. Somalia, 151 out of 163, score 2.908. Grapples with al-Shabaab violence and weak governance. Kenya, 127 out of 163, score 2.39, has moderate internal conflict. The region's rankings reflect ongoing violence, displacement, and governance issues, though Kenya's economic growth offers stability. Can regional cooperation and investment in governance help improve peace? Or will these rankings remain stuck? And while peace remains fragile, leaders in Addis Ababa this week shifted the spotlight to another pressing challenge: climate change. The Second Africa Climate Summit, ACS2, in Addis Ababa, September 2025, urges a shift from aid to investment, needing $3 trillion by 2035 for climate goals, per Rebecca Shirley of the World Resources Institute. Africa gets only 3 to 4% of global climate finance, with scarce private funds. Ethiopia's tree planting, Kenya's renewable energy push, and the Great Green Wall show progress. ACS2 promotes country-led platforms to align finance with national priorities, attracting private capital via green bonds and debt swaps. Adaptation is critical, ensuring funds reach vulnerable communities. The summit calls for global financial reform, seeking affordable finance and resilient growth. Africa's solutions, like Mission 300 for electrification, aim to lead globally. Will ACS2 finally unlock the trillions Africa needs? Or will climate promises stay on paper? Security, however, remains a constant threat, and in Somalia, the U.S. military just announced a fresh push. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud met AFRICOM's new Commander General, Dagvin Anderson, in Mogadishu to discuss a strategy against al-Shabaab. AFRICOM pledged airstrikes, training, intelligence, and logistics to strengthen the Somali National Army, per the Somali presidency. Al-Shabaab's attacks and cross-border threats destabilize the region, requiring cooperation with Kenya and Ethiopia. The strategy supports Somalia's transition from ATMIS to national forces by 2026. Mohamud emphasized partnerships for peace, but al-Shabaab's resilience and weak governance pose challenges. Anderson's regional tour underscores U.S. focus on counterterrorism. Can AFRICOM's plan finally weaken al-Shabaab, or will history repeat itself? And while Somalia braces for another military push, Ethiopia misses one of the key figures in the country's reform struggle, its central bank governor. Mamo Mihretu, governor of Ethiopia's national bank since 2023, resigned in September 2025 after spearheading Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's economic reforms. His resignation sparked speculation, but unconfirmed reports suggest he is moving to a senior role at the African Development Bank, signaling a career step upward, not a retreat. During his tenure, Mihretu floated the beer, secured a $3.4 billion IMF loan, and opened banking to foreign investors. His policies boosted Ethiopia's reserves threefold and brought inflation to a 7-year low. His resignation letter highlighted $10.5 billion in external financing and a financial sector growing to 5 trillion barar in assets. While some critics warn of rising debt risks tied to the IMF program, others view Mihretu's leadership as laying the groundwork for deeper reforms. His rumored AFDB appointment could elevate Ethiopia's voice in continental finance, but at home, questions linger. Can Ethiopia get someone to continue the reform economic momentum? Or will his departure trigger uncertainty? That's today's HornAfrica Insight. From GERD disputes to Ethiopia's economic shifts, the Horn stories shape Africa's future. What's the most important issue this week? GERD, peace, climate, security, economy in the Horn. Comment below, subscribe for tri-weekly updates, and follow us on X and Facebook. Catch our shorts on Sudan and Egypt on new GERD dispute, Somalia's security, and more. HornAfrica Insight, where East Africa shines. #HornAfrica Insight.